Well, striking more oil in California may not strike gold for consumers. While some local officials argue that ramping up oil production in the state will lower gas prices, an international politics expert says that's not necessarily the case. So I decided to take a deeper look into what energy independence in California would actually mean.
California be able to produce more and lower our prices.
In the land of the free, local officials like Congressman Kevin McCarthy calling for energy independence. But political science chair of CSU Bakersfield, Dr. Martinez, says that it may not give us the solution to those high gas prices that we'd hope for.
And very simple, the vast majority of expenses are going to be in extraction and processing.
Dr. Martinez would know. He's teaching a whole lecture on oil markets and the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC.
You can make the argument that the United States could be completely independent. The problem, though, is that process is largely inefficient.
Martinez points to how the West Coast is largely cut off from pipelines that Texas and Oklahoma are not. The prices of gas are affected by many things. Martinez says the two main ones are market structure for oil, where a small batch of producers and sellers share the market, making it less competitive. The infrastructure of the industry also plays a role, which includes ports, refineries, and pipeline railways.
Because of the way oil markets are set up, it's cheaper for us to import somewhat, especially the West Coast and the East Coast, than it is to get it from the interior of the United States.
Kern County is the 7th largest producer of oil in the nation and the 1st in California. But Martinez says we as a country don't have the capacity to process light versus heavier crudes. To produce more oil would mean digging deeper for it, and that cost would probably be passed on to the consumer at the pump.
Now, we could be independent. If you want to pay $12, $15 a gallon, and that price I'm not even sure about, but it definitely would be higher. And so I don't see people in the United States being prepared or at least even looking towards wanting to pay that kind of money so that we can become energy independent.
And the cost, he says, would be more than monetary.
It's one of the reasons why the XL pipeline was canceled, because there's this great aquifer right under where they wanted to send the pipeline. And all you needed was one big leak from these pipelines, and you literally destroy the water source for tens of millions of people.
Then there's the Jones Act, which raises the prices of petroleum anywhere from $2 to $4 a barrel if shipped within the United States. And Dr. Martinez adds that the prices we're seeing at the pump are not even the worst they've been in modern history. Consumers during the 2008 recession paid more. He goes on to say it would be beneficial to seek other alternative energy resources in addition to petroleum.